I'm in downtown Bartlesville. I don't know that I'm going to save this live stream permanently, so enjoy it while you can. This is Hideaway Pizza in the Johnson Sayre building, they call it. Uh, anyway, just going downtown for a little bit of a walk, and wow, that looks much more orange on the camera than it does in person. It looks orange in person, but on camera it really shows the contrast. That's the painted horse. It usually takes a little bit for these live streams to catch on, so we'll just kind of keep the video going for a little bit. Hopefully some people will join us. Had some new subscribers this week. Thank you all. Hello. Hello, Halil. Yeah, I'm in downtown Bartlesville. Believe it or not, this building used to be like a May Brothers, a clothing store. Kind of that's where about the Hideaway Pizza is, I think. It used to be a store called May Brothers. And I think they had this... I don't want to comment on the full history of it without being able to look it up and do some research. But this building got on fire at one point, and basically it took years, but it was completely remodeled, got new businesses, may have had a change in ownership. I'm not in a position to really look up the whole history of it right now. Look at that orange under that awning over there. Isn't that something? Oh, that car's backing up. What are they doing? Backing up into a parking spot, or you're just backing up to back up? Backing up to back up, I guess. I don't know. This is kind of strange. Unloading something, maybe? I don't know if anybody watching me is a regular viewer of the channel, but this week I had my most viewed short ever. You might want to check it out. My most viewed short video ever. Okay, I don't know if anybody's going to be familiar with this movie. In the movie Cloak and Dagger, Henry Thomas, Dabney Coleman. This kind of reminds me a little bit of that Japanese Sunken Garden, which is a real-life landmark in San Antonio where that movie was filmed. I'm not in San Antonio, but the water, the plants, kind of reminds me of that. Might be one of the closer things we have to that in Bartlesville. But this is all this property here. Skyscraper next to it. That's all owned by Phillips. Everybody click like and subscribe. We can always use more subscribers. So, check this out. My hometown, Bartlesville, that's what this is. My hometown here is currently got a boil order in effect. Hey, Tejas. Well, my hometown has a boil order in effect right now. There was a test done. Well, I'll say it. I don't know if it means anything. Bravo 6 going dark. Do you like that? I'll say it one more time. Roblox Tiger. Bravo 6 going dark. Bravo 6. See if I can get a better view of these light fixtures. I think these are kind of neat. On camera. Dodge Ram. Old Dodge Ram pickup. Maybe he should take that truck to the lifted truck national. Not really going to show the ball. Alright, Roblox. Well, happy to help you out. Happy to help you out. What am I doing? I think I'm going to cross the street for a moment. Walk down this way a little bit. These live streams serve a twofold purpose. Gives me a chance to connect with more viewers. Gives me a chance to get some exercise. I'm in Bartlesville, Oklahoma. Let me show you a sign that attempts to point out some of the tourist attractions. Not all of them are open right this second. Yep. Gonna walk down the sidewalk here. We go from concrete to kind of these little pebblestone sidewalks. 3 likes. Thank you very much. I've got 3 likes. Everybody ought to check out my video. Well, thank you, Roblox. Good luck to you too, sir. Well, good luck to you too, Roblox. Look at the dog! Not a real one, but down here a bit. Look at these lights. Oh, that's blue on well, hello to you too, Sanu. Good evening, Torby 4096. Thank you for tuning in. I don't think I'm going to save this stream, but I have other videos that kind of show you some of this stuff. I have other videos I've done of things in downtown Bartlesville if you want to check them out. So check it out, everybody. This week I passed the 1,000 subscriber mark. I now have more than 1,000 subscribers, which is a major milestone for YouTube, as you might know. I still need to work on views, and I'd like to have more subscribers, obviously. Hey, every channel wants more subscribers. Even those million plus subscriber YouTube channels want more subscribers. But when you subscribe to a channel like mine, you're helping out a small channel who will appreciate it more than a big channel, right? I got the window down. I hope they didn't have the window down when it was raining. It's an old 4-door Pontiac Paris scene. I'm out here filming. It's a nice old car you got. I'm walking and looking at the sights and sounds. Some people like their old cars be looked at more than others. The heck was that noise? You'll catch that. No law against walking and filming, especially from a public sidewalk. Definitely no law against it. Definitely no law against it. Walk through here and walk around. Not a bad old car, even if the owner didn't like me filming footage of it. Hi, how are you? Here's the city hall. Walking through the semi-public space that is. Oh, there's one of Bartlesville's finest right there. Alright, I'm going to show you all this fountain. I don't know why it's not more famous. You're not really supposed to be sitting there like that. Oh yeah, this is an old building that's Phillips related. Everybody give this video a like and subscribe. Subscribe to the channel. Just playing the guitar. Hello. Maybe I will save this video. I don't know. We'll see. I could use some more likes and subscribers. You know, they got this thing circulates around Facebook and sites like that, talking about how, like, when you support a small business, you're helping fund stuff in the local community versus, you know, the big business who won't hardly notice if they don't have you as a customer. Well, that's kind of like with YouTube, right? You support a smaller local YouTuber, and that YouTuber appreciates you more than the YouTuber with the millions of subscribers. So this channel is not yet monetized, but I'm working on it. It'd be great if it was. Is there anybody here who would super chat me if I could accept super chats? I'm not set up to accept super chats, but if you find this video entertaining, that you would super chat if I was set up to take super chats, let me know. I'm not trying to put everybody on the spot, but it is some pretty scenery. All right. I know it's a little jumpy, bear with me. Well, hello again, Halil. Have you been watching the video? And have you enjoyed it so far? Look at that staircase. I wonder if they'd let me inside just to walk up and down it every day for exercise. Who needs a gym when you have a staircase like that? Right? Yeah, well, easier said than done, huh? Yeah, so when you support a YouTuber like me, your subscription goes further to supporting that channel than $1 million subscriber YouTuber. Not that we put anybody down, you know. Not that we put anybody down for having lots of subscribers, but I'm just saying. What kind of car do we have here? Y'all want to rewind to that bit with the Pontiac Parasine driver? I guess his car was just so ordinary back in the day that he's not used to people looking at it like a classic now. Got the depot coming up. This looks pretty good at night. Noah, yep. What do you mean by that? Noah, explain that a little bit more if you would, please. Well, it was raining earlier, but thankfully it has not rained during my live stream. All right, see this buffalo here? There's many of them around town. These buffalo sculptures like this that have been decorated for different things. The buffalo is not the high school mascot. The high school mascot is the Bruins, has been for a long time. They got this one, though, decorated like the Bruins to represent the mascot. So, we got a buffalo representing the Bruins, which is another type of mascot. But yeah, that's what he represents. That's what this statue represents. The Bartlesville High School Bruins. Yep. Have here too. Well, on this side we just sort of have the shield that they use on the Oklahoma flag. What do you think of the buffalo? Now check this out. We got all these little parks around here. This park here, this park there. This is officially, this little area by the depot is officially Frank Phillips Park. Well, Frank did build that building that saw the Art Deco style tower, so, you know. And his company would build some of these other skyscrapers in town. Now, the Price Tower, which you can't see from this vantage point. There's too many tall buildings in the way blocking it. Price Tower, the most famous skyscraper, was not built by Phillips. Show you another one of those signs for the... It's supposed to help you find the tourist attractions. I don't think any of them are open at this hour of night on a Saturday, but you can drive by and look, right? You got this depot here, train back there. I'm not going to walk by it, but I'm going to walk down the street by the restaurants and such. Anybody got a comment they want to add about my commentary? Do you find it interesting? Do you find it boring? If you're a hater, why you gotta be a hater, man? You at least find it entertaining. There's one of the State Farm locations. And that light fixture. And we have this door in between these two buildings. Take a look at what it says. The Keeler building. Supposedly there was a shootout. I hadn't heard about that old shootout they're talking about on this. I might have to come back and do another video on it. Get yourself a screenshot of this. Alright. Are they saying it's the first shootout in the state because it took place on the day in 1907 when Oklahoma achieved statehood? Still, that SUV is parked like that. I can tell you about a story of bad parking. You built that last week. What are you talking about? Check out the awning here. I think it looks a little more orange on camera than it looks on in person. In person, it looks pretty close to this, but it's a little more yellowy. But they were closed today. So the town is currently under like a boil order. It's not because there was like a water test at one facility, one of several facilities that had, wherever they do this testing, there was one test that came back for E. coli. I got extra bottled water. Kelsey. Well, thank you, Nero and friends. That's very nice of you. Thank you. Oh, look at the ducks this Jeep has collected. Now, if this owner was around, is that allowed in Massachusetts? If y'all follow the Karen Reed case, you ought to know what I mean by that. Got a GMC, a Nissan, and another GMC. You know, I think it is true. You probably see more of GMCs now than you used to. I guess because the truck market is such a big... the car market. What do we want to say about the car market? What should we say? You're backing up illegally. Don't worry, I'm not going to report you to the police over that type of traffic violation. But actually, this car is backing up illegally across the street like that. It'd be highly dangerous if this was like a busy time of day. Oh, they're getting out of here. White Mercedes SUV. All right, let's hold still a minute and try to get another picture of the Plaza building. Oh yeah, let me show you all this. This building over here they call the Jewel Box Hotel. I was about to say I'm not sure if it's actually a hotel, but I don't know, maybe you can stay there on Airbnb, I don't know. Have to Google it and find out for yourself. I don't personally know much about this business. But I got that in the window. Love with the heart chandeliers, stuff like that. Well, this has been a bit of a slow walk. If this was all about fitness, Jillian Michaels probably wouldn't approve of my pace. She'd probably be ready to make me sweat like a pig for 8 hours a day. Oh, look at that. Hang on a second, folks. Let me cross the street. Now they got the courthouse all lit up. The arch of the courthouse all lit up down there. Let me zoom in on it. I know that's kind of blurry. Yeah, you should see it in person. No, it looks much better. Bambinos! Well, it's hard for me to tell, watching this as I go, how many people have come and gone through the chat for the last, nearly half hour that I've been running this live stream. I do know there's 27 of y'all right now. Remember, I am not planning to save this. Not necessarily planning to save this. So, I recommend, if you like the video, keep it open. Do what you can to save it for yourself. And, I want y'all to check out some of my other videos as well. Got some entertaining videos. I think they're entertaining. Some other people think they're entertaining. Hang on a second. Let me discuss something else. Okay, so I'm showing this map of Jay, Oklahoma. Showing this map of Jay, Oklahoma, kind of sort of a map of Jay, Oklahoma. But you can tell it highlights some of the main places. The Harps, the Homeland, the McDonald's down the road. Now, Jay Cruise Night, which is coming up on August 9th, they usually have the cruise night. Well, basically, a lot of the cruising takes place pretty much between that Harps food store along Highway 59 and kind of about where it says J. And kind of up and down that stretch of road right in there. There is some that goes north of it. So they usually start the actual cruise at the high school there in J. But, yeah, I found out the Homeland, I guess, is closing. The J Homeland is closing. So, you know, maybe this will be like, yeah, the last year for a Homeland in J, unfortunately. Now that Harps is a former Walmart. It's not a Walmart Supercenter though. It was one of their older, smaller stores, which was still kind of a full-size, bigger store. Kind of the model that they had in small towns like J before the Supercenter. Well, now, I guess that model of store, you know, even though I guess Walmart still makes money, they decided they were ready to phase out the model of stores. So, the one in J got shut down a few years back. I can't remember exactly when, off the top of my head, but it was taken over by Harps, a grocery store chain, and renovated into a Harps. Y'all wondering what I'm doing right now? I'm driving and talking to you, so I can't really look at the phone while I'm doing this. So I kind of got that image on there, and I'll talk some. So also, let's chat a little bit about the big video I've done. It's basically the video was that one on that Vega that was buried as part of a time capsule. And it was done in a town called Seward, Nebraska. And they had it sealed for 50 years, and they recently opened it up around the 4th of July. Now, I guess I need to say there was a lot of stuff in this time capsule besides the Vega. A lot of stuff that people seem to find moving, because they had a lot of participation by locals in that town, apparently, when the time capsule was originally done, to people writing letters to their children or future children, things like that, you know. And apparently that's been pretty moving for some people to have encountered that stuff. Now, not everything was perfectly preserved. Even the Vega wasn't perfectly preserved, but it was very well preserved, especially if you can compare how the Vega turned out compared to Miss Belvedere from Tulsa in 2007. Now, you know, if you kind of wonder, what is he talking about? Well, go check out the video. It's in my shorts. It's got like 231,000 views right now, something like that. It's my best viewed, most commented on, most shared video of all time. So, and I mean, you know, I'm glad it turned out well, but you know, when I was making it, I wasn't sure it'd be that much more of a hit than any other video I've ever done. But it's kind of nice when things like that exceed your expectations. It's nice sometimes when a video that you make on YouTube goes above and beyond your expectations, you know. I need to pull over for a minute, folks, and check some stuff on my phone, and maybe I'll go back to showing you some things in person, or at least through my car window for a little bit. Alright, let's see who all's here. Hi. Haven't had a whole lot of comments, but that's alright. 10 likes. Okay, we got the Price Tower. I'm parked over by the Price Tower. That's the stage. That's our community center. I know I got the mirror in the shot, but that's alright. I'm rolling in the Hyundai. Rolling in the Hyundai. I don't know how much longer to keep this going. I know a lot of people are... I know we got people watching. You know, it's definitely not... we don't have, like, just nobody watching, but if anybody wants to say something, maybe speak now, because I'm not sure I'm going to keep this going too much longer. I think we've probably had a pretty good stream for the night. If you... These are kind of what I call the lightsaber street lights with the long poles. What do you think? Lightsaber street lights? Obviously they're, you know, lightsabers are usually much longer for the lightsaber blade than the handle. That would kind of be the opposite on this, but still kind of like a yellow or white lightsaber. Anybody has something to say, speak now. That would be a good time. Otherwise, I'm wrapping this up soon. I do appreciate everybody who dropped in. Whether you commented or not, that's alright. Everybody who clicked like and subscribe. I was talking a little bit earlier about how the impact your like and your subscription goes farther with a smaller channel like mine. Not that we knock anybody. I don't knock anybody. I don't want to knock people for their success, but it does go farther when you subscribe to a smaller channel than it does when you subscribe to somebody who has millions of followers already. That's just kind of facts, you know. I'm gonna wrap this up in about a minute. I said a minute, I meant about 30 seconds. But you know what? We'll give it about a minute, or even longer. Hang on. I want to show you one other thing. You want to go to Jay? Apparently they're raffling off this Mustang. 1965 Ford Mustang. Is it better than a 2025 Ford Mustang? Well, I don't know. Probably not as powerful, but it may still be a fun car to drive. Alright. Going back to live shot. Alright, this is a fountain. We're by the community center and the Price Tower. I appreciate you all for being here. Got to go ahead and wrap it up. So, thank you for watching. Click like and subscribe and all that stuff. Watch some of the other videos. Comment on some of the other videos. And thank you for your support.